Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked off of turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? On this day, 18 years ago, I recall being shuffled out of my classroom into a library where the TV, first tower was on fire, smoking, and another plane hit another tower. Everyone stood around in shock and awe. I will always remember this moment. Let us take a moment of silence as we honor those brave men and women who lost their lives on that tragic day. We will never forget is these guys over here at DWRL. We're a racing league, and Wednesday night street fights, Heartland, Harley Davidson, and great tribute here on the front straightaway for 9/11 and September 11th, 2001. And like I said, never will forget that day. I was a senior in high school, and that was 18 years ago, and going into that library right around 8:52 in the morning, 8:53. We were just pretty much in our first class, so not ever going to forget that day. And, salute to all the heroes, the men and the women who lost their lives that day. I just can't say that enough here on September 11th. As practice begins to wind out here, Wednesday night street fights, the first race of the season, will be coming your way here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. These guys down here on the track making their salute here to 9/11. A lot of other cool little things coming on here this evening. Appreciate everyone tuning into the Full Velocity Racing Network, and this is going to be a race to remember here tonight, Knoxville Raceway. And man, I'm still choked up at everything that's going on here. This day, just bringing up all the memories from when I was a high school senior. So it just, and I'm sure everybody else has their moments that they have to share or would share on this day. But it's going to be a great tribute race here tonight. DWRL, Dirt Warrior Racing League, no longer DWR, it's DWRL, Dirt Warrior Racing League, and Wednesday night street fights. And it is brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson, coming aboard as a sponsor here for these guys of Wednesday night street fights. Cannot forget those guys. Thank you so much for coming aboard here. And their logo will be displayed down in the left-hand corner of the screen. Every Wednesday night street fight is brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson. So thank those guys out there. And, man, thank you for coming aboard for the sponsorship here for Dirt Warrior Racing League. And hopefully we'll be able to give you a great race here this evening. Rocky Battenfield will be joining me here in a little bit. I believe he has to take his fire suit and stuff off and everything that's going on down there. These guys will not qualify here this evening, just like last year. They will have random pill draws for their heat racing events. So heat race number 1 already coming to post. It's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 13, a brand new car for the number 13. Fresh out of the paint shop, that is Caleb Ramsey. His dancing partner to the outside, driving the number 6 machine. That is Ryan Bronson. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position, that's the 319 of David Brewer. And Greg Tuberville in the number 20 starts outside of him in row number 2. Inside row number 3 in the fifth starting position, that is Austin Miners, and that number 8 machine is his brother outside driving the double knot machine. That is Michael Whitlock. Inside row number 4 in the seventh starting position, the next 91 Motorsports guy, it's a 926 of Barrett Bishop, and Trey Jones, and that number 11 machine going to roll off in the 8th starting position. Rolling off in 9th, it will be the number 71 of Daniel Stifler. Been a while since we've seen him out there on the track. And bringing up the rear of the field will be Derek Fedkenauer. And next row back even, that'll be John Monkern and then Stephen Moore. Round out your 12 cars here. A little bit rusty on the microphone here this evening. Not sure what's getting into me here tonight. But a great heat race number 1 in line here. Again, Wednesday night street fights brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson. Thank you those guys for coming aboard here. The official sponsor of Wednesday night street fights. Again, want everybody to share the link out there. Let everybody know we're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Also, some great things coming on tomorrow night is we're going to have a fantastic race there for hashtag JMax. And if you want to get involved in that, 29 spots left, and we'll post it in the chat box. How you get involved in that? $10. It is already a $300 purse out there. Guaranteed $300, $150 to the winner for the top 10. So get involved in that. 29 spots left. Full Velocity proud to be a part of that one. As we get ready to go racing here off of turn number 4. It's going to be Ramsey and Bronson to set the pace here. And heat race number 1 is the Knoxville Raceway. This track always provides some of the best racing here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, especially with the Shree Stocks. A great combination, as Rocky would say, as green flag in the air here for the first time of the season for Wednesday night street fights. Caleb Ramsey right now in the lead. The number 6 of Ryan Bronson running in that second spot. Third is David Brewer. Fourth right now is a battle between Austin Miners and Greg Tuberville. Miners on the bottom side, Tuberville up top. Tuberville going to backpedal just a tad bit now into the clutches of that number 2926 machine of Barrett Bishop. Bishop now moving into the fifth spot there in the number 926. Is now making his way towards the front, almost 3 wide for the second spot. Bronson holding on to second, but here comes the 319 of David Brewer. Brewer looking to the inside. He's pretty hungry there, the 319. Who doesn't want a first win here on the season here? The first season coming back here off their week 13. Unlucky week number 13 is I didn't have very good luck in week 13. But here comes David Brewer down to the bottom side by side with the 6 of Ryan Bronson. And now it is the number 926 of Bishop down to the bottom of the number 8 of Austin Miners. Miners right now on the top shelf of the speedway. Here comes Barrett Bishop. So a 2x2x2 battle as the Bronson goes way up the track into the marbles. Going to lose a couple of positions there. And that number 6 machine drop kick him back to the 5th spot. Caleb Ramsey still continues to lead this one with the 319 of David Brewer now into about 5 car lengths back. The 926 of Barrett Bishop running in third. Bishop looking to try to get around Brewer here. We're coming up on 4 laps remaining. Can Bishop do something with Brewer? Is Brewer right there? But here comes the 926 back down to the bottom side of Bishop. See if Bishop able to get around him. Nope, not going to be able to do there through the corner. Austin Miners running in that 4th spot. Fifth right now is Daniel Stifler aboard the number 71. Bronson still running in a 6th spot, but keeps dropping back there through the field as he's getting fired upon by the number 86, Derek Fetkenauer. Fetkenauer has been looking to the bottom there to take and wrestle away from that 6th spot. Meanwhile, up for second there. Great battle going on between Bishop and Brewer. Brewer on the outside. Bishop down to the bottom there in the purple, and I believe that's purple-blue in the 926 machine. Should be the number 26 machine, unless he's got a really small 9 on there. But yes, he does. 926, so he's going to move into that 2nd spot around David Brewer. Brewer falling back into the clutches of the number 8 of Austin Miners. Miners looking to the bottom here, catfishing it around Knoxville here in the Street Stock division, trying to wrestle that position away from the 319 machine. Right now, Brewer able to hold on down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be a white flag in the air for the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey, can he hold on for one more circuit around the Knoxville Raceway, or can Barry Bishop be the spoiler here in the Wednesday night street fights? All over the rear bumper there of the number 13 machine through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway here for the final time. Ramsey still holding on, but Bishop now peeking to the outside. High-low switch maybe gives him a little taparoonie there through 3 and 4, but it looks like Caleb Ramsey might be able to hold on to it here. Off of turn number 4, he's going to do so. There, the number 13 taking down the first heat run of the season. Barry Bishop going to finish up at that 2nd spot. David Brewer, Austin Miners, Daniel Stifler, Derek Fetkenauer, Stephen Moore, Ryan Bronson, Greg Tuberville, Trey Jones, John Monkern, and Michael Whitlock round out all 12 cars. As now we get into heat race number 2, the Voiles Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 78 machine. That is Steven Redunes. And the dancing part of the outside, driving the number 311. That'll be Justin Holt. Inside row number 2 in the 3rd starting position. That's Racing Jason Salter, another X91 Motorsports number 10 machine. As he's going to roll off in that 3rd spot. And Alex Brewer aboard the number 1, going to roll off 4th. Rolling out 5th will be Electric Eric, a DWR racing guy. Electric Eric in the Eric Ikes at BladeNote.com, number 12 machine. And then outside him will be Kyle Moyer aboard the 111. Inside the very next row will be Alex Cummings in the 7th starting position. And his dance part of the outside, driving the number 61 machine. That is Josh Peacock. Inside row number 5 in the 9th starting position, that's the number 16. That's David Blackberry. This dance part of the outside, driving the number 18 machine. That is Kyle Surratt. Last row on the field, it's the natural one, E.J. Jones and Eric Elmore, rolling off in the 12th spot. So as we get ready to go racing here in heat race number 2, again, can't thank those guys enough over at Heartland Harley Davidson, and their website right there in the left-hand corner of the screen. Visit them and let them guys know you heard about them on the Wednesday Night Street Fight. But Heartland Harley Davidson, a proud sponsor here of the Wednesday Night Street Fights, and thank those guys for coming aboard. Also got to thank some of our great sponsors, too. Got to thank Hanover Record Service at 1-304-664-3848. If you down in the West Virginia area need a tow, call Hanover Record Service. Also got to thank iRacingHighFlag.com. Jeff Brown and the bunch over there making some great things over there. If you really want to be a step above the competition, go to iRacingHighFlag.com and find out how. Also got to thank Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. Visit them on Facebook. Also got to thank BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. And also got to thank CCM Customs, Graphics and Engraving. Those guys coming aboard, gotta thank Tim Cummings and that group coming aboard here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. iRacing High Flag, green flag in the air here for heat race number 2. Stephen Redunes leads the charge down into turn number 1, the number 10 machine of Casey Brunson now. 010, I should say, of Casey Brunson. No, that's not Casey Brunson, excuse me. The number 10 machine of Jason Salter trying to throw me for a loop as it looks almost like Casey Brunson's car, but Brunson down to the bottom side, or Salter down to the bottom side. And that number 10 machine, able to try to get wrestle that away from the number 78 to Redunes. And you got right now the leader, Alex Brewer, in that number 1 machine. So out to the early advantage, Alex Brewer aboard the number 1, the number 10 of Jason Salter. Racing Jason down to the bottom side of Redunes, still trying to fight that side by side. Electric Eric Eichstad. And the BladeNote.com number 12 machine down to the bottom there He's trying to also capitalize. Maybe one of those guys making a mistake in front of him. Radune's having a great run there, running in that third spot solidly. But here comes Eric Eichstead down to the bottom side by side for that third spot. Is Eric trying to wrestle that away from the number 78 machine? As Alex Brewer seen in his mirror just setting sail there. And the one is those guys keep fighting it out. Jason Salter running in that second spot as we are halfway home. 5 in, 5 to go here at the Knoxville Raceway. Alex Brewer leading. Jason Salter for 2. Eric Eichstead now into that third spot in the number 12 machine. Radune's in the fourth spot in the number 78 machine. And then you got David Blackbird right now in the 5th spot in the number 16. The 111 of Kyle Moyer right now running in 6 as he makes a little bit of contact there. Comes down into the 631 of Alex Cummings. Cummings able to hold on to that one. Great save by Alex Cummings. 631 machine as he was flying a little bit through the air, doing some wheelies, getting completely sideways down on the inside berm, but able to keep it going. Going to lose all of his positions though in that 631 machine. But that was a great save. Take a ride on the Monstar Productions on board here with Electric Eric Eichstead as Monstar Productions are hashtag making dirt track racing great again as he gets the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway for that number 12 machine. So just watching him go to work here at the Knoxville Raceway will take a whole lap with him as we already go past that start finish line. This is down the back straightaway here with Eric as he comes down into turn 3. Just watching the guys right there directly in front of him. That's the 10 of Jason Salter, and then you got the 1 of Alex Brewer coming past that start finish line again to get that white flag. White flag in the air. 1 more trip around the Knoxville Raceway for Electric Eric here in that 3rd spot. Alex Brewer, meanwhile, the current race leader. So we're gonna get off this Monstar Productions on board and follow our race leader here. Now rounds turns 3 and 4. Alpha turn number 4 for the final time. It'll be Alex Brewer just barely going to nip the number 10 of Jason Salter at the line. Number 12 of Eric Eichstead going to finish up 3rd. 4th will be Stephen Radunes. 5th, David Blackbird. And you got Josh Peacock rounding 6th. 7th, the 111 of Kyle Moyer, Kyle Surratt, Eric Elmore round out your field. As we get ready to go A-Main Racing here, going to have a special 4-wide salute for you, the race fans out there, to honor 9/11 here tonight, and going to have that coming your way here. But we're going to first get through the Voiles Trucking starting lineup. Starting on the pole, driving the number 13 machine, that'll be Caleb Ramsey. Outside him will be the number 1 of Alex Brewer. Inside row number 2 in the 3rd starting position, that will be the 926 of Barrett Bishop. His dance partner outside will be the 926 of Racing Jason Salter. Next row back in the 5th starting position, that will be David Brewer aboard the number 319 machine, and Eric Eichstead aboard the number 12, going to roll off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be Austin Miners aboard the number 8 machine, and then Stephen Radunes rolling off in the 8th spot in the number 78. Rolling off inside row number 5 in the 9th starting position, that's the Iceman himself, Daniel Stifler, and then David Blackbird aboard the number 16, going to roll off in 10th. Rolling off 11th will be Derek Fetkenauer and Josh Peacock. In 12th, 13th will be Stephen Moore in the number 73 machine, then Kyle Moore in the 111. Ryan Bronson going to roll off out inside row number 8 in the 15th starting position, and Kyle Surratt. Greg Tuberville and Eric Elmore, Trey Jones and Alex Cummings, and John Monkern and E.J. Jones, Michael Whitlock and Justin Holt round out your field as these guys are going to take the initial green flag and go into the 4 wide salute here for 9/11. remembering those who lost their lives on that day. And we'll let this do all the pictures are worth 1,000 words, they say. We'll let this do it all here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. They do say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we got to see the 4-wide salute here in honor of those who lost their lives and on that tragic day, on this tragic day back 18 years ago to date. So great job by everybody over here at Dirt Warrior Racing League. And what's going to happen here is they're going to get back into formation here, get a green flag, and we're going to go racing here with Caleb Ramsey and Alex Brewer here on the front row. Once again, got to thank Heartland Harley Davidson for coming aboard the sponsor here for Wednesday night street fights. Heartland Harley Davidson, located out there in Iowa, a fantastic place. Thank you to those guys out there to sponsor us, and well, not sponsor us, but sponsor Wednesday night street fights. Might as well say us, because we like to be a part of we're Full Velocity Racing Network, being a part of the Wednesday night street fights. Glad to be in partnership with these guys each and every night. I believe Rocky Battenfield now going to be joining me up here at the tire. Got out of his driver's shoes. He was in the middle of a race. His iRacing I-Flag green flag comes out in the air, and we set sail at the Knoxville Raceway.
Yeah, I finally made it here, and appreciate you guys waiting on me.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully you had a great race down there, as we are good racing right now. Out the back straightaway here to turn number 3, Caleb Ramsey. As Ramsey was able to knock me off here at the Knoxville Raceway not too many nights ago, but able to pass me, get around me in that 13 machine. Probably one of the odds-on favorites here. He's been pretty consistent in Knoxville as of late. Right now he's having heavy pressure from the number 1 of Alex Brewer. Brewer right now trying to battle it out for that top spot in that number 1 machine.
Yeah, Caleb's really been getting better here lately, and of course Alex, I mean, he's been on a mission for about the last season or so here at DWR. You got Barrett running 3rd. He's always dangerous.
Yeah, definitely Barrett Bishop there in that 926 machine, now able to get down to the inside. Here comes racing Jason Salter way down to the inside in the number 10 machine, trying to get around Barrett Bishop. So Jason Salter pretty dangerous in his own right. The 1 of Alex Brewer able to wrestle that top spot away from the 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Down the front straightaway here into turn to number 1. Salter way down to the bottom side. The number 10 machine, he was pretty quick in his heat race.
Yeah, looks like the track's already starting to widen out a little. I noticed Alex is starting to go up about a groove off the bottom, and looks like Caleb's starting to follow him up there.
Yeah, Caleb Ramsey starting to move around the track. Good battle going on for the 4th spot right now. That is a battle here with Austin Miners in the number 8 machine. See some Austin Miner fans out there. And Barrett Bishop there in the 926 machine, now part of X91 Motorsports there. The team with Tyson Pankow and the number 10 of racing Jason Salter. Barrett Bishop now fighting side by side with the 8 of Austin Miners. Miners down to the bottom here, trying to wrestle away with that 4th spot. That is no easy task. Barrett Bishop is pretty quick there.
Yeah, Barrett, he has been on a roll here lately. About the last 4 or 5 races I've seen him in, he's pulled it into victory lane.
You're going to have to see what he's going to do. He's settled in right now to the 4th spot. as Austin Miners has been peeking down to the bottom, just cannot get anything going there. Eric Eichstead right now running in the 6th spot, but he's got the 71 of Daniel Stifler on. We got to welcome him back to Wednesday Night Street Fights. It's been a while since we've seen Daniel Stifler here in the 71 machine. Now fighting it out and duking it out for that 6th spot.
Yeah, I do a lot of racing with Dan on the official side of things. He's always right up there in the front. He's a real good, clean competitor. He's real fun to race with.
And they say he has ice running through his veins there. That number 71 machine, hence the reason why they call him the Iceman. The 10 of racing Jason Salter getting sick of running in that 3rd spot. He's peaked down to the bottom there with the 13 of Caleb Ramsey. A couple of different occasions. Not able to get by him, though. Can't get that forward bite off the corner as of right now. Looks like that groove has moved up to about the middle portion of the track as of right now. They're running right there. As the number 10, the racing Jason Salter. That looks like we're the quickest. Besides down to 1 and 2, the groove looks a little higher than maybe the middle.
Yeah, right now everything's kind of looking single file. I expect by about lap 30, you're really going to start seeing 2 lanes develop. The bottom will start coming back in, and these guys will be running all the way up to the cushion.
And definitely Knoxville knowing to run up against that wall next to the top side and able to run pretty quickly up there. But this new build, Rocky, you've been out there, part of this new build, everything that's been going on where they've got the moisture, where the moisture maybe packs in 3 days earlier, or it takes into consideration the track state there 3 days earlier than what it was normally. How much has that changed the physics maybe of the tracks as of right now, or has it changed it any?
To me, the tracks have been getting a little slicker, a little quicker, and they've really done a lot of work on this cushion and bringing it back down to where you can still run the bottom if there's a cushion up top. I like it. I think they went the right way. It hasn't fit me perfectly, but I definitely like the build.
You're hearing a lot of good things about it. A lot of people also saying it's getting too slick for them rather quickly. So some of the tracks around here in the Northeast get slick rather quick. They rubber up rather quickly, and you see that type of thing. But it's a different type of driving style on a slick track. But these guys fighting it out right now. Looks like the lanes are starting to move around just a tad bit. These guys searching for a way around each other. As Caleb Ramsey starting to go to work on that number 1 of Alex Brewer, Jason Salter right there. You can see he's got a whale of a run there on the 13 machine, but just he knows if he goes to the bottom, Barrett Bishop's going to be right there to pounce.
Yeah, see, that's the problem when you're nose to tail right there. Is if you get out of line and you're gonna have somebody stick their nose right where your car was.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're going 3 wide here. There's the number 10 of racing Jason Salter. Kind of makes us eat our own words there, Rocky. He goes way down to the bottom trying to make something happen. Guess what? Nothing happened there. He had to fall back in the line in the 3rd spot. Just no forward bite coming off the corner, able to still hold on to 3rd. But, man, he slung her in there pretty deep in that number 10 machine. But just wasn't able to capitalize on the 13 or even the 1 for that matter. As Daniel Stifler trying the same thing, way down to the bottom as he hits the apron down on the bottom in the 71 machine. Lost another spot to the 12 of Eric Eichstead.
Yeah, I think here in about another 8 or 10 laps, that bottom's going to start coming in. And it's really going to equal out, and you're going to see some really good racing.
Yeah, definitely have to agree. You're going to start seeing some different things, the different grooves, and you're seeing Jason Salter now working over the bottom again, trying to use that to his advantage. He's trying to roll the bottom there to get around the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey going to slam the door shut there on the number 10 machine. The 926 of Barrett Bishop still running in 4th. 5th is the number 8 of Austin Miner. 6th of the 12 machine of Eric Eichstead. 7th would be the 71 of Daniel Stifler, Derek Fetkenauer, David Blackburn, and Josh Peacock right now. Round out your top 10. And when you go through that top 10, that's a star-studded street stock field, isn't it, Rocky?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the best of the best guys, they come over here and run DWRL. And, man, I mean, to get a win over here, it's really tough. That's why there's only a few that have multiple wins.
Yeah, one of those guys admired way back in the field. The 84 machine of E.J. Jones. The natural one has many wins, and these builds haven't been really helping him out there. Right now, mired back in 18th position, and then the Cedar Cove number 84 machine. That's something that we're not accustomed to seeing here over the last couple of seasons. E.J. Jones just fighting it just a tad bit.
Yeah, EJ is, he'll figure it out. It's kind of nice to see him struggle a little bit, though. I mean, he's so good, and kind of nice to know he's human.
Yeah, coming from a racer's perspective, I should say, there, Rocky. I know he's won a lot of races. A real fantastic guy to interview down in Victory Lane, but won a lot of races here and able to now struggle and know what everybody else is going through. So we'll see him get back up towards the front. I'm pretty sure of that. But meanwhile, nice battle going on for the second spot there between Jason Salter and the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Salter's been able to get the bottom to work just a tad bit. Last time by was able to capture the second spot. This time by, Ramsey was able to get it back there for a tad bit. So they're going back and forth. 3 wide for the second spot. Way up on the top shelf of the Speedway, the 926 machine of Barrett Bishop. So Bishop is on rails there, way up next to the wall. And that puts a new meaning to maybe even Dirt Track Racing or Dirt Track Racing 2 of riding the wall there. You remember that was a quick way around wall setup, right, Rocky?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was definitely tracks there that the higher you got, the faster you went. It's Barrett. He can get around these on the top as well as anybody.
He definitely can, as he's been fantastic here over the last few weeks, getting faster and faster, and that's pretty dangerous there to say about Barrett Bishop, because he was already fast enough, and it seems like these builds have made him that much faster. Able to work over the top side there to get around the 13 of Caleb Ramsey, trying to slam the door shut, but Ramsey not going away either. Now he works over the bottom slides. They're in pretty deep down there on the bottom. And trying to get around the number 10 machine. Salter slams the door, but Barrett Bishop not going away on the top shelf of the Speedway in that 926 machine. Able to fend him off and able to slam the door shut on the 13 machine. Put the 926 of Barrett Bishop to third.
Yeah, Barrett's found something up top. I mean, he's going all the way up to the wall right now, and he is getting a great run coming down the straightaways.
And definitely a great run is Barrett Bishop in that 926 machine. But look at Eric Eichstad. He's starting to make some headway here in that number 12 machine, the BladeNote.com number 12 of Eric Eichstad. Where did he kind of come from? He settled back in 7th, now starting to pick up the speed, pick up the pace there in that number 12 machine. Now put him in position number 3.
Yeah, Eric has he's really found something. He's running more middle in 1 and 2, and then bottom at 3 and 4. He's definitely going forward right now, as he just blew by Barrett.
And definitely blowing by Barrett Bishop, and that's not an easy task in its own right, like we've said here a couple of different times. Lieutenant Racing Jason Salter and the one of Alex Brewer kind of checking out on the field here. Salter way down to the bottom side.
Yeah, I think Alex right now, he's trying to figure out what he can do to keep Salter behind him, but Salter just seems to be faster everywhere.
Yeah, Jason Salter back down to the bottom. Looks like Alex Brewer going to try to slam the door shut with that number 1 machine. A little bit of contact back there around the 6th spot there. But those guys able to keep it going. But the one of Alex Brewer right now in the top spot. Salter all over his rear bumper there. And that number 10 machine. Barrett Bishop still running in 3rd. But those guys quite a ways away, about 10 car lengths from the top 2 who have been dueling it out there for that top spot. As Salter looks down to the bottom, Brewer just going to the bottom to protect it. He's making that car wide as he can there in the number 1 machine.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Peacock is up to the 5th spot now, and he's really moving.
Yeah, Josh Peacock in the Bulletproof Motorsports number 61 starting to move up through the field there, and rather quietly too. I didn't really notice it there. Good eyes there, Rocky, as now he's fighting it out, duking it out 3 wide. There for a moment as Austin Miner's way down to the bottom. Peacock able to stay out of it, but look at the setup way up on the top shelf of the Speedway there for the number 61.
Yeah, right now the track's just getting almost perfect where you can run any of the 3 grooves, and it's going to be fast, and now it's up to driver and setup to see who's going to win this thing.
And definitely going to see what the driver and the setups are going to be able to do. Salter now back down to the bottom, battle for that top spot again as Brewer drifts way up the track there in that number 1 machine. Salter preferred groove down to the bottom there in the 10 machine, trying to make it work. If Salter can get in front of the Alex Brewer machine, I think Salter may have this one to run away and hide. Yeah, but you can't count anybody out early. But man, Salter's wicked fast here. Quick time last time by. He's been quick each and every lap. I think the quickest car on the field besides Josh Peacock. Peacock running and about mirroring the times that Jason Salter is.
Yeah, Bishop's he's running up to third. Looks like we got a caution.
Yeah, the first Hanover Wrecker Service yellow flag here in the Wednesday night street fights, brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson here tonight. As we're going to go back and see what brought out this yellow flag, and I'm not sure. We'll do a quick instant replay to see if it was anything to do with maybe the 11 car.
No, it looks like Austin Miner and Caleb Ramsey got together, and Stifler kind of ran into it there.
All right, yep, it is. Good job by Rocky there spotting that one out. It was really hard for me to actually find that one. It was weird. The number 8 of Austin Miner is getting into the side of the 13 of Caleb Ramsey, and it's Kyle Surratt going for a ride up against the wall too, and a lot of smoke and a lot of dust over there in the corner. But Caleb Ramsey going for a ride around in a knot. Nobody upside down though. That's a good thing. But Ramsey going to have to be relegated to, I believe, the 22nd position, which is dead last there for the number 13 machine after starting on the pole. That's a tough luck for that number 13 machine.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just luck doesn't go your way, and sometimes you can get like Jason Salter and get the lead on something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Jason Salter was working the bottom side, and he used that to his advantage there, able to beat the number 1 of Alex Brewer in one of them scoring and timing loops there. So Alex Brewer going to be stuffed back out on the outside, is now going to be able to set the pace. The number 10 of racing Jason Salter. Second right now would be Alex Brewer, then third Barrett Bishop, Eric Eichstead, Josh Peacock, David Blackberg, Daniel Stifler, Kyle Surratt, Derek Fetkenauer, and Stephen Moore. That right now is your top 10. We'll see what happens here, see how this lineup all unfolds here, as it looks like we're going to go back to green flag racing. Nope, they're going to do about one more time around the track. So while we got a quick moment, we'll thank some of our other sponsors that we didn't get a time to go to. We got to thank South Texas Speedway, Corpus Christi's place to race. Corpus Christi, Texas, of course. Got to thank Scott Barkoff. And www.southtxspeedway.com. Visit them if you're down in the Corpus Christi area. Make sure you go visit South Texas Speedway. Also got to thank Monstar Productions, hashtag making dirt track racing great again. And that's Jake Keel out there with Monstar Productions. Also got to thank TDR-Racing, Sim Racing League for the official Turtle Leaner. Har Motorsports for our official Quick Time of Full Velocity Racing Network. Also got to thank Trash Panda Graphics, Jason Salter, Trash Panda Graphics, our official point standings guy for Full Velocity Racing Network. And once again, got to thank CNC Custom Designs, graphics and engraving. Man, a lot of fantastic things for them out there. Tim Cummings coming aboard as a sponsor for CNC Customs. This as of late, a great sponsor. Thank you, Tim Cummings, for coming aboard here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
You know, I realize he's still in the back somewhat, but right about now is where I really expect EJ Jones to start getting quite a few spots.
Yeah, EJ Jones usually playing it out pretty good, and there's some more contact being made over there as EJ almost, he had to make an evasive maneuver over there, losing a couple of spots, but also gaining a couple of spots as those guys came right down directly in front of him. But man, yeah, that was a bee's nest right where EJ Jones was. So, I mean, yeah, you would think you'd pick up a couple more spots there.
Yeah, woo, looks like we're 3 wide up there for the 4th spot right now.
Yep, 3 wide for the 4th spot. Is another yellow flag going to fly, though? Another Hanover Wrecker Service yellow flag. The business end of the Hanover Wrecker Service going to be busy here. As we're going to get back to see who brought out a yellow. It might have been the 111 of Kyle Moyer. Yep, indeed. Well, this all stated from the 111 and the 6 making contact. And I was talking about a bee's nest. The 6 of Ryan Bronson makes contact with the 111. They come down in front of EJ Jones. Jones able to get around those guys, but looks like the 111 of Kyle Moyer really, really slow on the speedway. And I think if you come to a complete stop or even that slow where the leader's coming, I believe they throw the yellow flag. I think that's what's going to bring out the yellow. I'm going to make sure that that's what it was.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything other than that.
Yeah, that's where the rec cam goes back to. So really slow on the track. That brings out the yellow flag, the 111 of Kyle Moyer. As a tough break for him, as he's going to have to be relegated back to the rear. He was already to the rear because of contact, but now going to be able to catch the field at least. But Wednesday night street fights presented by Heartland Harley Davidson. And right now, Jason Salter, your current race leader. Alex Brewer second, Barrett Bishop, Eric Eichstein, and Josh Peacock. That is your top 5. Rocky, if you had to pick somebody to win this race right now, I'm going to put you on the spot. 42 laps of 65. who would you go with?
Are you asking me who it's going to be?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, destroyed my voice tonight.
I am going to go with Eric Eichstadt. I think he's due.
I like that pick. It's a solid pick, and I'd like to see him get rid of Electric Eric. He's tried so hard. He told me he won a couple of races. Non-broadcaster races by Full Velocity Racing Network, though. He's got to win one here on Full Velocity so we can get rid of it. I think I'm going to go with Jason Salter, the number 10 machine. I know he's out in the lead. It seems like a sure pick, but I have to go with Jason.
Yeah, why'd he go out on a limb there?
Yeah. There's no limb for me. If I go out on a limb, it's going to break and I'm going to fall down. That's not fun. As we're back to iRacing, I flag, green flag, and 3 wide for the race lead. Barrett Bishop looking to sneak in and steal that top spot there in the number 926 machine. Look at this race here up front. Eric Eichstadt right there, almost trying to make a 4 wide there for the race lead. The one of Alex Brewer down to the bottom side there. Side by side, we're racing Jason Salter. Salter way up on the top shelf. Alex Brewer using the bottom side. Now look at Eric Eichstadt. He's coming here, the full head of steam, the number 12 machine, side by side for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Eric had to check up. He was trying to diamond off that corner, and as he did, Bishop kind of filled that hole there, and he did a real good job of backing off, not causing a wreck.
Yeah, Eric Eichstadt really driving it in pretty deep. He knew he was up front there. We're coming up here. 20 laps remain here in the A main here at the Knoxville Raceway Wednesday night street fights. A lot of slide jobs going on there. Alex Brewer completing one. Here comes racing Jason back down to the bottom side, down the back straightaway. Here in the turn number 3, going to slide right up there in the number 10 machine, right up in front of Alex Brewer. Brewer now going to fall back into the close to the 926 of Barrett Bishop.
I tell you right now, this track is just absolutely perfect. I mean, you can run top, bottom, middle, and it's all fast. I was telling you earlier that this track produces the best racing with these cars.
I have to definitely agree with you. The best racing, even if it's a fixed setup, it puts on a great show. These are open setups out here that puts on a fantastic show, but a fixed setup in Knoxville even puts on a great show. So I've been out on the track with the street stocks. I think it's probably the best combination in iRacing.
I want to know how come I haven't been on the track with you.
Well, I guess I was out at Blow By Racing on, I believe it was it was Wednesday night. Wednesday night is Blow By Racing. So I was out there racing with those guys on a night off here, Wednesday night street fights, and I think you were probably still working there, Rocky.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance if I'm not here, I'm working.
Whether you're broadcasting or racing, if you don't see Rocky, he's working. He's out on the road somewhere. We get to talk to Rocky as much as we can on his phone apps, different stuff that are going on. I know it's got to be boring out there after you do the same trip after a while, but Rocky, I tell you what, thank you for coming alongside of me here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. A lot of fun here. Always great to have you alongside on the call with your knowledge of basically the setups and stuff here with the street stocks and different things that these guys go through. I mean, you've raced with these guys neck and neck, won races here. It's been fantastic. Almost like you're retired, but you're not.
Yeah, I've really kind of gotten away from the street stocks a little bit, kind of focusing on the late models a little more, and it's really hurt my street stocks setups and everything. I feel like I've really fallen behind because these guys are really good. They're going to find advantages anytime you take a little break.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to expose that too. Great battle going on for the race lead once again. Salter back down to the bottom. Almost an X91 Motorsports sandwich here. As Salter down to the bottom and Barrett Bishop's been way up top. As now here comes Alex Brewer way up there, pushing the cushion there, keeping the 926 at bay. But Salter side by side for the race lead.
Yeah, Alex is he's found something right there on the top. It looks like Barrett's going with him, and boy, Jason, he's really digging on that bottom too. This is a fun race.
Yeah, definitely a fun race to watch. Hopefully everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch TV are enjoying this race. Another Hanover Record Service yellow flag coming out. This will be the 3rd yellow flag of the evening, so it's not been a chaotic night, to say the least. It's had a couple of cautions that have slowed us down and restacked and repacked the field. I believe this is going to be with a 631 of Alex Cummings. Yes, and this is going to be one of those things that's historic fashion. Alex Cummings goes definitely for a ride. A lot of contact there. The 731 sends him wall riding upside down. And he is going to finish off as Michael Whitlock finished him off with a turtle. The first TDR Racing turtle of the evening for the 631 of Alex Cummings. 1 point, Phil says.
Alex tried to get over the wall there.
Yeah, he definitely tried to leave the parking lot. He was sick of it. He wanted a candy bar over at that store.
I was going to say, I don't know what a home run, how many points a home run is, but he was going for it.
Well, if it's a home run by yourself, Rocky, it's 1. If you got the bases loaded, that's called a grand slam. That's 4.
Played by different rules than I did.
Oh. So I don't think that was quite a grand slam. Did not leave the park as he was stopped at least there in the 631 machine. The fence did its job here. As it's going to be now back to racing here shortly. As it's going to be between Alex Brewer, Jason Salter, Barrett Bishop, Daniel Stifler, now 4th. 5th is Josh Peacock, David Blackbird, Derek Fedkauer, John Monkern, and then Eric Eichstead all the way back to 9th. What happened to Eric?
I was watching, and Eric kind of, he avoided a wreck is what he did. And he almost ended up in the pits. He got real sideways.
Oh, man, Eric, I said that's a tough break for that number 12 machine, the BladeNote.com, number 12. We're back to iRacing, iFlag, green flag is the number 1 of Alex Brewer. Out to a lead here. Salter way up the track there, leaving the door wide open for the 926 of Barrett Bishop, the 71 of Daniel Stifler. Stifler gets into the side of the Salter. Salter pushes up even higher there. As maybe he's going to be able to hold on to it, but 3 wide for that second spot is more carnage over there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I tell you what, Stifler, he found something right through the middle, and he was moving. I think he got second by the time that caution came out.
Trying to figure out who was involved in that one. It was
look at the 8
red car, but the number 8 car of Austin Miners, maybe. What you're saying?
Yeah, I saw him spun around for a second. I'm not sure what happened yet.
Oof. 319 of David Brewer around, the 8 of Austin Miners around. A couple cars involved over there. The 00 Michael Whitlock hits the wall. So those guys bringing out yellow flag. Not really a parking lot over there, but some carnage. There's 3 or 4 different cars involved in that one. Tough break for those drivers. Miners was having a good run there inside the top 15, but Alex Brewer now in the number 1 machine has just a little bit more to go here to try to hold on to this one. Daniel Stifler to the 2nd spot there in the number 71 machine. Then the 10 of racing Jason Salter. Barrett Bishop is 4th, and Josh Peacock still holding on, still clinging on to the 5th spot. He was rather quick here earlier, but I think he's a longer green flag run type of guy. But again, got to thank Wednesday Night Street Fights. Got to thank Heartland, Harley Davidson for coming aboard for Wednesday Night Street Fights here this evening. And great to have a sponsor for these guys, and they're able to keep broadcasting going here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Oh, what a great sponsor that is, too. I mean, that's a great pickup for DWRL. They really, I've talked to them personally, they really appreciate that sponsorship a lot. I need to talk to them, see if they'll sponsor me a Harley.
That would be awesome, yeah. Harleys would be cool. Cruising on some Harleys. That would be interesting, Rocky. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm in.
iRacing iFlag green flag is back out now as the number 1 of Alex Brewer is trying to slam the door shut on Stifler. Does so. Lieutenant Salter immediately back down to the bottom side of Stifler, drifts up the track a tad bit. Barrett Bishop way up on the top shelf of the speedway there. The 926 machine trying to get something to hook up there. As now we're going 3 wide for the race lead. Stifler down through the middle of the 71 machine. Salter way down. As Alex Brewer trying to hold on to it. Gets a little bit tight over there at 3 and 4. Daniel Stifler going to steal the lead at the line.
Yeah, Stifler's really fast right now. And I tell you what, there's probably not a cleaner driver out there than Daniel is. He's really fast and super clean.
And Daniel Stifler right now working over the middle side of the racetrack is the number 1 of Alex Brewer working over top shelf. The 10 of racing Jason Salter still right there as they go back to the start finish line. 4 laps remain here for Daniel Stifler aboard the number 71 machine. And man, this is a great race, and I can't tell you guys enough. As you can see all the pictures, And the pictures are playing out pretty well as Daniel Stifler working over the bottom. Salter going way down to the bottom there in the number 10 machine. Brewer makes a little bit more contact to the wall. Stifler going to try to slide up just a little bit to try to kill the run. The momentum of that number 1 of Alex Brewer's 3 laps remain.
I tell you what, we're going to be in contention for one of the closest finishes you've ever had here, it looks like. Uh-oh.
Oh, some contact over there. Alex Brewer and the Daniel Salter. Those guys get together, but able to hang on. Great racing and great thinking by those drivers. Is now 71 of Daniel Stifler going to get a popsicle sticks in the air for that number 71 machine. The 926 of Barry Bishop runs second.
Boy, don't you know he was smiling ear to ear when he saw them make contact back there.
Definitely had to be smiling ear to ear. That was, those guys are all over his rear bumpers. More contact being made. Look at EJ Jones up there in the 4th spot in that number 84 machine.
I told you he would start coming on, and wow, I wasn't even looking at him. That's a heck of a run by EJ.
Definitely nobody looking, and he's a silent assassin aboard the number 84 machine, digging it down to the bottom side. They're side by side for the 3rd spot, trying to wrestle away the final podium spot from the number 10 of racing Jason Salter, but into turn number 3 for the final time, and off a turn number 4, the number 71 of Daniel Stifler going to take down the first win here of the evening and the Wednesday night street fights. The first win, I should say, of the season for the 71, and the first win for the first race of Wednesday night street fights, brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson. Is going to be the 71 of Daniel Stifler. Barrett Bishop going to finish up in that 2nd spot. 3rd is going to be racing Jason Salter, EJ Jones, and Alex Brewer, your top 5. Congratulations to those guys. As man, what a race. Thought it was going to unfold and be probably one of the tightest finishes there towards the end of that one, Rocky, but that contact made that difference, and Daniel Stifler able to hold on and able to pull away there in the number 71 and protect it and take down the first win here of the season.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with Daniel there. I mean, he was real quiet for about the first 2/3 of that race, and then he really stepped it up about the last 15 laps. And, I mean, congratulations to him. Great run.
Well, as we take a brief pause for the cause here, we're going to make our way on down to BladeNote.com, Victory Lane, where I believe we're going to have 3rd place with Rocky down there with Racing Jason. We're going to get Barrett Bishop, too. We're going to let Rocky talk to those two. I'll make my way down to BladeNote.com, Victory Lane, with the 71 of Daniel Stifler as he's making his way down to Victory Lane now, so he's going to be waiting on me. We'll make our way on over to the Discord, and we'll be right back at you here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. And welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing, with our top 3 here for the Wednesday night street fights, brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson down in BladeNode.com, Victory Lane. But we're going to send it down to Rocky Battenfield, who is caught up with our 3rd place finisher driver, the number 10, racing Jason Salter.
Hey, Jason, looked like you had a great run tonight. That track just looked absolutely perfect there at the end. Little contact with Alex. Looks like it really took any shot you had to win out, but all in all, it looked like you had a good night. How'd it go in your run tonight?
Yeah, the car felt really good throughout the whole race. I made some bad choices on lines. Kind of later on in the race, kind of screwed me there. But overall, the car ran really good. Congrats to Dan on his win.
Yeah, you started. What'd you start there? Fourth, and looked like you were running up front the entire time. What that track do there at the end? I mean, it looked like you could run all over the place.
Yeah, it started off kind of right there on the bottom, and it kind of progressed on up, and then it got to where it was faster than top 1 and 2 and bottom 3 and 4, and I got stuck on the bottom all the way around the track for a while. And I could kind of make it work, but never quite enough to completely pull off the pass. But uh, right there at the end, the bottom of 1 and 2 just wasn't there at all.
Yeah, it got really slick there, and the racing really got tight. Um, anyway, third place run tonight. Good finish, and got anyone you'd like to?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody coming and racing with us here at DWRL. We really appreciate the big group of guys we have that come in and race week in, week out with us. Big thanks to Full Velocity Racing Network for putting on an excellent broadcast. Like to say thanks to everybody out there watching. I know we got off to kind of a late start, had some technical malfunctions, and I'm glad they all hung around and watched a good race up there at the end. Trash Panda Graphics, X91 Motorsports, and congrats to new teammate up there, Barrett Bishop, in a second.
All right, guys, that's the number 10, Jason Salter. We'll walk down the road just a little bit here, and we've got Barrett Bishop here in the 926 car. How you doing tonight, Barrett?
Pretty good.
Man, you was up front all night tonight. Track looked good. What top? I thought you were really gonna start really moving forward once you got to the top. It looked like it just kind of stalled on.
Yeah, I had it rolling there early, but I don't know, he's kind of getting thinned out up there up top. I think I think a few more laps would have had Dan, but I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely look like you were catching Daniel there at the end. Track really looked like it widened out where you could run just about any groove you wanted to and be fast, and looked like your setup was really good right there at the end.
Yeah, it's really good up top. Down at the bottom, I couldn't really get hooked up enough to do anything.
Well, congratulations on your second place tonight. You got anyone you'd like to thank?
Then my teammates at X91 Motorsports, Trash Pan Graphics, Hawk Transportation, and y'all for broadcasting.
All right, guys, that's your second place finisher, Barrett Bishop. Todd, I think you might have Mr. Stifler down there.
Yeah, definitely coming down here. BladeNote.com, victory lane with the driver of the number 71, the Iceman, Daniel Stifler, taking down the victory here this evening. And Dan, I tell you what a fantastic showing for you. Haven't seen you in quite some time. Able to come out, though, and able to take down a victory like that. That was a fantastic fashion there for that number 71 machine. Tell us about your race.
Woo! Hell yeah, man. It's been a long time coming. I'll tell you what, guys. Took a little time off there. Had to regroup, refresh, and then decided to come back for this season, and it all paid off, man. I'll tell you what, I can't be happier right now. Feels great.
Yeah, definitely. Consistency pays off here throughout that line. You were able to make it up through, able to make the bottom work for you. It looked like it worked good up top. It looked like it worked good in the middle for that number 71 machine. I mean, it just seemed like you were hitting on all cylinders here tonight.
Yeah, I had a hell of a rocket ship under me, man, and I had to work for that one too. Drew a 9 for the heat race, picked off a couple cars there, and then started ninth in the feature, and just really had to be patient. Kind of had to use all the lanes to work my way up through there. Took a lot of patience, and then man, what a rocket ship at the end there, running through the middle. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic car for the number 71 machine. Congratulations on your victory here tonight. But I'm going to do the floor, the microphone, the floor, the whatever, the dirt, the whatever you want to call it here, down here in the victory lane, the victory circle down here, Dan. But I'm going to give you the microphone. Thank you tonight. I know you got to have somebody out there.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. I tell you what, first off, I want to thank my guys over at Outcast Dirt Racing, Greg Turberville, Chad Bird. Them guys, they really helped me out when I was struggling last season and helped get this thing going in the right direction. I'd like to thank Heartland Harley Davidson for coming on board as a title sponsor here this season. That's pretty awesome. I'd like to thank you guys over there at Full Velocity TV for putting us on for everybody to see. And hell yeah, man, I'm so pumped right now. I'm gonna go party. I appreciate it, guys.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, picking up tonight's A-Main feature win, the Heartland Harley-Davidson Wednesday night street fights here this evening. Driver the number 71, Daniel Stifler. That's going to do it down here from BladeNote.com, Victory Lane. But Rocky, I tell you what, closing thoughts of this race, what did you think about it? And, man, how many more races is going to be this close here tonight in Wednesday night street fights this year, I should say?
Oh, I tell you what, the track was just absolutely perfect. Made for the best racing of the night at the end where you want it. And, man, at DWR, or DWRL, I'm still getting used to the L part. You got the best of the best coming out every week. And it's going to be nip and tuck every week.
All right, that's going to do us here from the Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank Rocky Battenfield for coming aboard here tonight and broadcasting with me here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network and your source for eSport Racing. I'm Todd Staten, alongside of me, Rocky Battenfield. Down there in Facebook land, we seen Phil Lacasse out there. We seen Jack Truant out there. Those guys were simulcasted over there. Got to thank those guys. Got to thank Martin Cars. Got to thank the guys over here at DWRL. Got to thank also many of our sponsors and everything that goes on here. Thank those guys for coming out. We got a big build for you tomorrow night. The JMax race, the hashtag JMax. Make sure you guys get involved in that. 29 spots left. $10 entry fee, $150 guaranteed winner's purse, but the whole purse is $300 guaranteed, and all the proceedings go to the Locked In Syndrome and J-Max as his journey. If you guys don't know anything about it, please stop on over to the Full Velocity Racing Network Facebook page and check that out. If you want to get signed up, it's rather easy. And all the steps on the Facebook page, but for myself, I'm going to sign off here for the evening, just reminding you of this. Keep the silver side up, the rubber side down, and always keep the hammer down. We'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.